NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Nix to throw right away. And his first look is incomplete. When you look at the Saints defense, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
Second and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Harvey. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Now a give right side. It's Harvey. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. This defense for the Saints, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
They'll keep it on the ground. Harvey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Nick's going to tap this forward. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent game.
Off the play fake, Nix. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The rookie from Oregon on target with that one. It leads to a 1st down. I'll give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a 1st down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
Here's Nix. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Brian Brzee fought in and got him down.
And that's the first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Nix to the air. And his throw is incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and now it's third down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now it's Nix. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Alex Singleton, the linebacker, there on the tackle. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
2nd and 5. They run it again with Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. We can look at this Bronco defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they are facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
And they're using him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Rodgers. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
The Saints at 500 and 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Now Rodgers. And he floats one there, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Rodgers. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires, and the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're riding a two-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, it's Harvey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Harvey, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw, here's Nix. They'll get that complete to Vele. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Second down and 6 now. To throw is Nix. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Throwing Nix. And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll try the left side. Harvey. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over here up near the 40. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Harvey.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
On 3rd down, it's Harvey. And he's going to be dumped there, but he does have a 1st down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
First carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Harvey. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
From the gun on 3rd down. Nix. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Rodgers now to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Little short pass here to Hill. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Throwing is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And now the rookie's free. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Lutz with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. breaks through the contact.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. He lets it go deep for Olave. That's caught inside the 20. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Brandon Jones picking it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Broncos 27, Saints nothing. Will Lutz to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside 35.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, take 26. Hey, 88, 88, 88. Cat 300. Cat 300. 26.
Rodgers going to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, 34 yards. And the Saints get a bit closer. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now down to 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down at a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Harvey looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Up the middle they go. It's Harvey, and he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
To the right side, he's got Vele. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
They'll run on first down. Harvey, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Harvey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it till them and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Rodgers wants to change the look. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Harvey. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
And the Broncos' 1st down.
They'll try the left side. Harvey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that.
And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Brandon Cooks, 29 yards. And the Saints are able to come into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion. Rodgers will throw for it. being chased out left. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. Takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's going to be out of bounds, ending a great return that gets him all the way to the 30.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Harvey, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Up the middle they go. It's Harvey, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, Harvey. Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here we go on 4th down. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And got his man complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 48 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
To throw is Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Complete to Olave on the out route. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Now Rodgers got to have this one. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So they convert on fourth, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
32-yard line.
Get 300. Get 300. 26.
Rodgers to throw once more. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Harvey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down. And keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26.
Broncos 46, Saints 20. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
The Saints on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be third and forever. Now Rodgers. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. Forced out to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Now a give, right side. It's Harvey, and he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it.